G'day YouTube, Spanish Germ 669 doing another review. Yesterday I reviewed this film, but the actual video was faulty, so I thought I'll give it another go. So hopefully this one works. And the film that I was reviewing is actually two films, and that is the 2006 Norwegian slasher film Cold Prey, and the sequel, which was made in 2008, called Cold Prey Resurrection. So there's two movies inside this DVD case. It's a pretty good deal because it's pretty cheap. So as I said, the first one, made in 2006, Norwegian film directed by Roar Uthaug, and it starts off with five friends going snowboarding in the mountains, and a lot of fun's being had until one of the guys breaks his leg, and so the others don't know what to do. They're panicking. Their cars that they parked are way too far to carry him. So then, conveniently, one of them spots an abandoned hotel. Now, this is in the middle of nowhere, so it's very convenient, but that doesn't matter. So they seek refuge in this hotel, and the plan is they'll wait out the night, and in the morning, one of them will go to the cars and get help. So they get themselves comfortable in the hotel, and they decide to go exploring. And so we see many other rooms to this hotel, and eventually they come across a book, and this book has details on the hotel's history. Now, this hotel had been closed for 30 years because there'd been some incidents that were suspicious, like kind of evil-like, and yeah, they learned that has been closed for 30 years, so it's been out of action for 30 years. So then they are really curious now about what happened, so they do some further exploring, and they come across a cellar, and they go inside that, and they realize that someone has been living in this cellar. And later, to their horror, they discover that the guy living there is in fact a psychopath. So, and then it just goes to your typical slasher. He picks them off one by one. Now, I liked the film. I didn't hate it, but it really didn't bring anything new to the slasher genre. It's pretty much your standard stuff. Characters were kind of likable. That was something different. The characters were kind of likable. In a usual slasher, I pray that at least there's always that one guy who you just pray that to get killed straight away because he's so annoying. But no one in this film was really that annoying, so that was kind of a breath of fresh air. But there's not enough character depth to really care about the characters, so it was just a case of hoping that each kill would be pretty gruesome. Unfortunately, no real gruesome deaths, left little to the imagination, not very graphic, not very inventive. So it kind of just, I don't know, it was kind of suspenseful, but there's only moments of suspense. So it would grab you by the throat and then let go, grab you by the throat and then let go. So it wasn't, the suspense in the film wasn't sustained. So that kind of let it down. But the setting was good, the acting was good, and yeah, the direction was good. But I think it just would have been benefit if it benefited from more gory death. Because for me, a slasher to work has to be gory and inventive ways for each death. But this wasn't very graphic. It's very tame. It's a 15 classification, so that it's not very brutal. A lot of the deaths are off screen, so you don't see much of it. But yeah, it's still an alright film. It's pretty predictable. Um, yeah, one thing I did like, the killer. He was a mammoth man. Kind of reminded me of the Michael Myers from Rob Zombie's Halloween. It kind of had an intimidating presence, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, you're just not going to find anything new. If you're a fan of slasher films, by all means go and have a look. But don't expect anything amazing. It's your standard slasher. It's been done 100 times before. And yeah, I mean, you're not going to have anything brilliant coming out of this movie. Now the second one, Cold Prey Resurrection. Now this was the sequel to it. It was made in 2008, directed by Matt Stenberg, It's the same basic kind of thing. It's a slasher inside a hospital. Now, I actually thought the sequel was better than the first one. It was a lot more creepier. It had really good suspense, and it kind of maintained that level of suspense for the majority of the film. And the deaths were a bit more bloody. Not very inventive, but bloody. So that was pretty cool. But having said that, once again, nothing new. It's pretty much just your standard Halloween or Friday the 13th kind of thing. I don't know how original a slasher can be, but yeah, you've seen one, you've seen this one, basically. It's the same kind of thing. It actually says on the cover, probably the most perfect slasher of all time. I don't agree with that. Maybe the most perfect slasher in Norway, because I've heard they've had some trouble getting some good movies out there, so it's pretty good that Norway have climbed on board, getting to the horror. So I know Spanish and French films are really good, so Norway are getting the name for themselves slowly, but yeah, they're getting up there and it's good. Apparently there's going to be a third one. They're planning to make this into a franchise, like the Halloween and Friday the 13th franchise. Whether they achieve that goal or not, it's only time will tell. Good luck to them. I hope they can. But yeah, you're just not going to really find anything new here. It's always good to see a horror film come out from a different country. And yeah, I hope the third one, I hope it just keeps improving, because the second one was better than the first. And while the first one wasn't terrible, it just wasn't. It's not memorable. It's still, I'm happy to have it in my collection, but replay value very limited. So if you into slasher films, check it out, Cold Prey. If you want to see a Norwegian, different country type of slasher, but don't expect anything that you haven't seen before. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you later. Bye.